I must center myself. It will be here before I know it. I must be prepared, mentally and emotionally. Time flies, my friend. It's never too early to prepare for the new patch of 4.5. Hello, fellow Eorzeans and Warriors of Light. Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be doing a quick list on everything we should be preparing for before 4.5 comes out. Now, 4.5 will be the final patch for Stormblood, and it will be broken up into a Part 1 and a Part 2. Part 1 is just over a month away in January, but I feel that we should prepare as soon as possible so that we have everything done before we get to the new content. Warning, there may be spoilers. Number 7. Old casting gear. With the news that the Blue Mage will be coming out in the next patch, we're going to be seeing blue everywhere. Unlike some of the other jobs that came out with Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, this is going to be a job that's going to be starting all the way back to level 1. Now this job is going to have a limit at 50, so we don't need to worry about going all out on some of the higher level gear. But this is a good chance for those of us who want to play Blue Mage but don't have a lot of experience with casting. Black Mage, Summoner, and Red Mage are all good platforms to look into and practice with. We also have the Scholar, the White Mage, and Astrologian, so you can look up a little bit of there if you feel like you need to. But Blue Mage is going to be more of a DPS job instead of a healing class. Although they did state that Blue Mage is not going to be recommended for dungeon runs. So you may not see getting casting gear as such a big deal. Yet, it will still be a bit of a grind to get your Blue Mage up to level 50 because it's not the same as the other jobs. But I'm afraid that fake grinding is probably going to be the best way to go with this class. But you still want to look good doing it, and that's what counts. Also, you might want to stack up on some blue dyes. No particular reason, just suggestion. Number 6. Eureka. Finishing up Eureka's storyline should be right up there as a thing to do. There is much to be done in this place besides doing the story quest line. You have the weapons quest, you can improve your armor, the glamours, mounts, minion hunting, bunny farming, and with so much coming out in the new patch, it may be harder to get some of that stuff later on. If nothing else, I recommend that you at least finish up the storyline to the max level and complete at least one weapon. Now, I'm betting that the final part of Eureka is going to be coming out in March for Part 2, so while I do recommend that we get Eureka done, it's not something that I feel like you have to worry about right away. Number 5. Achievements, scripts, and marks. With so much new stuff coming out, it's going to be a little while before we get a chance to really get down to some serious grinding. So it's best to do as much as possible before the new patch comes out, such as taking achievements for the mounts and the long and painful mentor roulettes. What about hunting down marks for seals that you can trade for prizes later on? The same is true for the MGP points at the Gold Saucer. The same is true for like the MGP points at the Gold Saucer, crafting scripts, and wolf marks. There's just so much to do. And there is nothing more irritating than when a new patch comes out and you've got to go to the wolf's den and check out for the new rewards, only to find out you don't have enough marks to get the new mount, a new hairstyle, or anything else. I usually try to get everything up to full so that when the new prizes comes out, I don't have to spend another week or so working just to get it. And it's really not too hard, especially if you want the prizes but hate doing PvP. Just do like the PvP roulette every day, and even if your team loses, you can still earn around 1,500 to 2,000 wolf marks a day. And with the news that we will be getting a new customs delivery client, we are bound to have more recipes and rewards for that as well. It's a good time to get ready for all of that, since they will be most likely having new gear and tools for crafters and gatherers. All in all, this is a good time to get all that stuff out of the way and be prepared for when the new fun stuff comes out, so that we can get them right away, like we deserve it. Number 4. Crafting and Guild. Now, I know I just said this, but there are bound to be new items, new gear, new materials, new housing items, new minions. We're going to be spending a lot of time and money trying to get everything that we want off our little Christmas list. Now, we are human, so we are all materialistic by nature, and in this game, it's our chance that we can get all those fun things that we really can't have in real life. But to buy those things, you're going to be needing gil, and lots of it, so why not work on leveling up your crafters and gatherers and get money that way? There are a multitude ways to earn gil in this game, but one of the easier ways is crafting and selling items up on the market board. You can easily earn a fortune in crafting while you earn experience points. And just like I said in the last one, we are going to be having a new customs deliveries quest line, and these quests are surely going to be needing like higher level recipes, so it's best to be prepared. Not only that, but when Shadowbringers comes out, they will be having more endgame content for Disciples of Crafting and Gathering, so this is a good chance to get a head start on that. Number 3. Level up your main job and any other jobs. It's time to clear out our inventories and retainers and anything else that you don't need or want anymore while you focus on leveling up your jobs. Whether or not you're happy with just having 1 or 2 jobs, or if you're like me and an overachiever and want to level up all your jobs at once, we still have time to do that, especially since we are getting the Blue Mage in a couple weeks. And I recommend that you try to get your main job up to around a 370 item level to a 390, give or take. That way you are prepared for the new dungeon and other duties that we have just around the corner, which I know is going to be part of the patch. And I hate to sound like I'm nagging, but we've all been there. We want to go into a dungeon or something, only to realize that we aren't at the right level, or we have to run through a duty commence multiple times because our gear is crap. Save yourself the suffering, my friends. Number 2. Finish side quests, such as the Four Lords, Return to Ivalice, and any other side quests that you want to do. With the release of the finale of the Four Lords and the Return to Ivalice, it's best to clear the storyline so that you will be able to know what happens. For the Four Lords, you simply have to beat the 2 primal fights in normal mode. You don't need to worry about extreme yet if you have other things to be worrying about. Just finish up to the Suzaku fight, and you will be waiting for the last fight with Shinryu. As for Return to Ivalice, we will be getting the final raid from them in the Oribon Monastery. But to get that far, you first have to run through Rabanastre and the Ridarana Lighthouse and complete the storyline for them. There will be other side quests to do, such as Hildebrand, but with how short they've gotten these days, you can run through those in like an hour or so. And while we will be having further Hildebrand adventures in this new patch, I think it's safe to say that we will have to wait until the Part 2 in March before we complete his hero's journey in the Far East. Also, while you're doing the Alliance raids, it's a good chance for you to go and collect coins from these 2 raids, by the way, because then you'll be able to buy items from the Reach, which will be able to improve your gear level later on. And of course, number 1. Finish the main scenario quest line. It goes without saying that it's important to finish the main scenario quest line up to 4.4. And the last patch was really good, which had everything from hearing strange ethereal voices, visions, unseen forces attacking the Scions, and even Y'shtola turning down Magnite's proposal. If you haven't seen the last part of the main scenario questline up to this point, you are really missing out. And this is going out to not only the new players, but even some of the older players who haven't had a chance to really bother with the new story. I mean, just last week I had a really good friend finally finish the 4.4 main scenario questline because she was having trouble with the battle with Sadu. Yet she already can't wait for what's going to be waiting for us next. Needless to say, if you do nothing else, you have to at least get through the story if you want to go any further, and with Shadowbringers on the horizon, we are in for some big storyline. Well, I think that's it for now. I mean, I know we have a lot of time before 4.5 Part 1 comes out, but I like to be ready when it does so that we can focus on just the new patch. And of course, I will also be doing a list later on for Shadowbringers once we have more information about that. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and are also getting ready for whatever's waiting for us, so until next time!